Promissory estoppel is an equitable doctrine that allows courts to prevent injustice that might occur from strict adherence to established legal principles. In Ypsilanti versus General Motors, the court navigated the requirements of promissory estoppel on a massive scale. Michigan provided tax abatements to industrial facilities that would be likely to create and retain employment in the facility's community. General Motors operated two adjacent plants in Ypsilanti Township called Hydra Matic and Willow Run and sought multiple tax abatements. When General Motors wanted an abatement to make physical changes to the plants, General Motors would invite township officials to the plant for a tour, briefing, and lunch. Then a formal application would be filed, and General Motors officials would go to a public hearing before the Ypsilanti Township Board. General Motors would advise the board members of the impact an abatement would have on production and employment levels, and the board would approve the application. General Motors received over $1.3 billion in abatements for the two plants in the 15 years after Michigan's tax abatement statute was enacted. In 1984 and 1988, General Motors applied for abatements to cover facility changes connected to the production of Caprice sedans and Buick and Cadillac station wagons at Willow Run. General Motors assumed the applications would be approved based on the prior course of conduct. However, there were many new board members, including a new township supervisor. The board accepted the applications based on the history of General Motors doing what the company said it would in the applications and keeping jobs at the plants in the township. General Motors produced the station wagons at Willow Run and the sedans at both Willow Run and another plant in Arlington, Texas. When the demand for the sedans lessened, General Motors announced that the work at Willow Run would be transferred to the Arlington plant. This wasn't out of economic necessity. General Motors then gave notice that it intended to close the Willow Run plant. The Charter Township of Ypsilanti sued General Motors, alleging breach of contract, promissory estoppel, unjust enrichment, and misrepresentation. Ypsilanti sought to enjoin the closure of Willow Run or, alternatively, monetary damages. The case went to trial.